Watch what happens when you give a ginger kitten an Easter basket. This little fluff ball is about to discover eggs for the first time, and his tiny sister is right behind him, ready to cause chaos. Mama Cat has no idea what she's signed up for. The ginger kitten spots the first pastel egg tucked behind a potted plant. His ears perk up. His tail does that little wiggle that means trouble is about to happen. He approaches slowly, cautiously, like he's stalking the world's most dangerous prey. It's plastic. It doesn't move. But in his mind, this is the hunt of the century. He taps it with one paw. Nothing happens. He taps it again, harder this time, and the egg rolls forward an inch. His eyes go wide. This thing is alive. Well, not really, but try explaining physics to a 10-week-old kitten who just watched his toy come to life. He pounces, both front paws landing on the egg with all the force his 2-pound body can muster. The egg shoots across the hardwood floor and crashes into the baseboard with a satisfying crack. His little sister has been watching this entire performance from behind the couch. She's the smaller one, barely 8 weeks old, with fur so soft it looks like someone spun clouds into a cat shape. She sees her brother's victory and decides she wants in on this action. She charges forward on legs that haven't quite figured out coordination yet, tumbling over her own paws twice before reaching the egg her brother just conquered. But here's where it gets interesting. Mama Cat has been observing from her favourite spot on the windowsill, and she's starting to realise these strange, colourful objects have completely captivated her babies. She leaps down with that effortless grace only cats possess and pads over to investigate. The kittens freeze. When Mama moves, you pay attention. Mama Cat sniffs the bright pink egg, currently trapped between the ginger kitten's paws. She gives it one gentle tap, demonstrating the proper technique. Not too hard, not too soft, just enough to make it roll in a controlled manner. The ginger kitten watches intently, his little face the picture of concentration. He's learning. This is serious business. The tiny sister isn't interested in proper technique. She wants chaos. She barrels into the egg from the side, sending it spinning in a completely different direction and nearly bowling over her brother in the process. He shoots her an offended look that says, "I was studying that," but she's already chasing the egg under the dining room table. There are 6 more eggs hidden around the living room. A yellow one peeks out from behind a throw pillow. A purple one sits innocently on the second step of the staircase. A green one has been placed inside a wicker basket, which might have been a tactical error because now the ginger kitten has discovered the basket itself is more fun than the egg. He climbs in, struggles to turn around in the small space, gets his back leg caught on the handle, panics for exactly 2 seconds, then settles in like he's found a throne. His sister immediately wants the basket too. What happens next is a masterclass in sibling dynamics. The sister tries to climb in with him. There's barely enough room for one kitten, let alone 2. They squish together, a tangle of orange and cream fur, both refusing to give up the prime real estate. The basket tips over. They spill out onto the carpet in a heap, and somehow in the chaos, the green egg pops out and rolls away. Now they're both chasing it, forgetting the basket entirely. Mama Cat has found the yellow egg behind the pillow. She's carrying it in her mouth very carefully, like she's bringing home prey to teach her babies. Except this prey is made of plastic and rattles when she walks. She drops it at the ginger kitten's feet. He looks up at her, then down at the egg, then back at her. Is this a gift? A toy? A test? He decides it's all 3. He picks it up in his tiny jaws, attempting to mimic his mother's carrying technique. The egg is almost as big as his head. He manages 3 wobbly steps before dropping it, but the pride on his fuzzy face is unmistakable. He did it. He carried the egg just like Mama. The little sister has discovered the purple egg on the stairs. This presents a new challenge. Stairs are still relatively new to her, and adding an egg to the equation creates complexity her kitten brain isn't quite ready for. She tries to bat the egg down the steps, but instead of rolling down smoothly, it bounces, hits the wall, and ricochets back up, bonking her gently on the nose. She sits down hard, looking absolutely betrayed. The egg attacked her. This calls for backup. She lets out the tiniest, squeakiest meow you've ever heard, and both Mama Cat and the ginger kitten look over immediately. The cavalry has arrived. The ginger kitten bounds up the stairs with more enthusiasm than skill. He reaches his sister and the offending purple egg. Together they stare at it like it might explode. Mama Cat watches from below, and you can almost see her thinking that maybe she should have supervised this egg hunt more closely. But then something shifts. The ginger kitten gently nudges the egg with his nose, and it rolls down one step perfectly. His sister watches, learning. She tries it too, and the egg continues its descent, one step at a time, controlled and safe. They figured it out together. There are still 4 eggs left to find, and the afternoon is just getting started. The blue egg hiding behind the television has no idea what's coming. The blue egg behind the television has been sitting undisturbed for 20 minutes, which in kitten time is approximately 17 years. The problem is that to reach it, someone has to navigate the narrow gap between the TV stand and the wall, a space that looks perfectly reasonable to human eyes but presents as a dark cavern of uncertainty to a 10-week-old kitten. The ginger one spots it first. He approaches cautiously, crouching low, wiggling his back haunches like he's preparing to hunt a gazelle rather than a plastic egg. He gets within 2 inches of the gap, peers into the darkness, and immediately retreats. Nope, not today. His sister, however, has different ideas about personal bravery. She marches right up to the gap, assesses the situation for exactly half a second, and squeezes herself in sideways. Her fluffy tail disappears last, sticking straight up like a periscope. From outside the gap, all anyone can see is the occasional twitch of orange fur and the sound of tiny paws scrabbling on hardwood. Then, silence. The ginger kitten looks at Mama Cat. Mama Cat looks back with an expression that clearly says this is not her first rodeo with kittens wedging themselves into sustainable spaces. She waits. 3 seconds pass. 5. Then a triumphant squeak emerges from behind the television, followed by the blue egg rolling out into the open, propelled by an enthusiastic nose. The little sister emerges backwards, her fur staticky and standing on end, looking like she just survived an extreme adventure. She immediately attacks the blue egg with renewed vigor, having apparently decided that eggs retrieved from dark, scary places taste better. They don't taste like anything because they're plastic, but she doesn't know that yet. Mama Cat has wandered into the kitchen, and this is when things get interesting. She's found the orange egg, which someone cleverly placed inside a large mixing bowl on the floor. To get the egg, she has to reach into the bowl, but the bowl is deep and her paw can only go so far before physics becomes a problem. She tries once, twice, 3 times. Each attempt involves more commitment, more reach, until she's practically got her entire front half draped over the bowl's edge. The egg remains just out of reach, mocking her. The ginger kitten has followed Mama into the kitchen and now watches this display with great interest. He's learning problem-solving skills in real time. If Mama can't reach it with her paw, what's the alternative? He thinks hard. You can almost see the gears turning behind those bright blue eyes. Then inspiration strikes. He walks up to the bowl and simply tips it over. The bowl clatters onto its side, the orange egg rolls out, and just like that, problem solved. Mama Cat looks at him with what might be pride or might be mild annoyance that she didn't think of that herself. Either way, the egg is free, and the ginger kitten is already batting it toward the living room where his sister is still obsessed with the blue one. 2 eggs remain hidden. The pink egg is on top of the bookshelf, which is less a hiding spot and more a display of optimism about kitten climbing abilities. The white egg is inside a shoe near the front door, which is actually brilliant because nobody ever thinks to look inside shoes. But cats know. Cats always check shoes. The little sister has abandoned the blue egg in favor of investigating the bookshelf. She's standing at its base, looking straight up at the pink egg like a mountaineer assessing Everest. The bookshelf has 5 shelves and the egg is on the 3rd one, which might as well be on the moon. She jumps, reaches approximately 1 foot off the ground and lands with 0 grace. This doesn't deter her. She tries again with identical results. The ginger kitten, fresh off his bowl-tipping success, joins her. Together they stare upward, and you can practically hear them formulating a plan. The plan, it turns out, is to use teamwork in the loosest possible definition of the word. The sister jumps first, actually makes it to the first shelf this time, scrambles for purchase, finds it, and pulls herself up. She's breathing hard, looking down at her brother like she just summited K2. The ginger kitten, inspired by her success, follows. His jump is slightly better, his landing slightly worse, but he makes it. They're both on the first shelf now, and the pink egg is still 2 shelves away. Round 2 begins. This time the climb is more confident. The sister leads, finding footholds between books, using a decorative vase for leverage that makes every watching human hold their breath. She reaches the second shelf, then the third, and there it is, the pink egg. She touches it with one paw, gently, reverently, like she's discovered ancient treasure. Then she does what any reasonable kitten would do. She pushes it off the shelf. The egg falls, bounces once on the carpet, and rolls under the couch. The little sister looks down at what she's done with apparent satisfaction. She's conquered the mountain. The fact that the egg is now in a worse position than before doesn't factor into her celebration. Getting down proves harder than going up. Neither kitten has quite mastered the concept of descent. They're stuck on the third shelf, meowing for help, while Mama Cat sits below, watching with the patient exhaustion of a parent who knew this would happen. 1 egg left, and somehow the real treasure has become the chaos itself. The white egg in the shoe remains undiscovered, which gives it an almost mythical status at this point. It's been sitting there the entire time, nestled in the toe of a sneaker, completely invisible to 3 kittens who've searched everywhere except the most obvious places. Meanwhile, Mama Cat has rescued her 2 mountaineers from the bookshelf, carrying them down one by the scruff of their necks. They dangle like furry ornaments, completely limp, accepting their fate. Once on solid ground, they shake themselves off and immediately forget they needed rescuing in the first place. The orange egg that started this whole adventure is now in the hallway. The blue egg is under the dining table, the pink egg is under the couch, and the white egg is still in the shoe, waiting. The black kitten, who's been relatively quiet during the bookshelf fiasco, is the one who finally finds it. He's been wandering near the front door, sniffing around when he catches the scent. His whole body goes rigid. He approaches the shoe slowly, cautiously, like it might explode. So one paw reaches inside. He feels something smooth and round. His eyes go wide. He backs up, grabs the shoe with both front paws and drags it into the middle of the room. This is it. This is his moment. The other kittens notice immediately and come running. Suddenly, everyone wants credit for the discovery. The ginger kitten tries to stick his head in the shoe at the same time as his brother. They get stuck. 2 kitten heads, 1 shoe, 0 spatial awareness. They wiggle and squirm and somehow make it worse. The little sister, displaying more intelligence than both her brothers combined, simply reaches in from the top and hooks the egg with 1 claw. It pops out, rolls free, and she claims it as her own. 4 eggs have been found, the hunt is complete, except nobody told the kittens that. They're convinced there must be more. The ginger one is checking inside the couch cushions. The black one is investigating a potted plant. The little sister is trying to open a closed cabinet with sheer determination and no opposable thumbs. Mama Cat has given up supervising and is grooming herself in a sunny spot, occasionally glancing up to make sure nobody's about to die. The eggs themselves have taken a beating. The blue one has a small crack. The orange one is covered in dust. The pink one has somehow acquired a piece of lint that's stuck to it. The white one is the only survivor that still looks presentable. They're scattered across the living room now, forgotten treasures, because the kittens have moved on to a new obsession. There's a cardboard box near the couch, just a regular shipping box, empty, flaps open. But to a kitten, it's everything. The little sister goes in first. She disappears completely, and for a moment, there's silence. Then the box starts moving. It scoots forward 3 inches, stops, scoots again. The ginger kitten, fascinated, approaches carefully. He peers inside. His sister lunges at him from the darkness. He jumps backwards, lands on the orange egg, which rolls away and bonks into the wall. This starts a chain reaction. The black kitten chases the orange egg. The ginger kitten dives into the box with his sister. They tumble around inside, a chaos of fur and cardboard. The box tips over. 2 kittens spill out, immediately run back in through the other end. Mama cat is still grooming herself, completely unbothered. She's seen this pattern before. The eggs held their attention for maybe 20 minutes total. The box will be good for at least an hour, then they'll discover their own tails again, and the cycle will continue. This is life with kittens. Constant motion, zero logic, endless entertainment. The black kitten has lost interest in the orange egg and found the pink one under the couch. He's on his belly, one paw stretched as far as it'll go, trying to hook it. He's so focused he doesn't notice his brother sneaking up behind him. The ginger kitten pounces, lands directly on his tail. There's a yowl, a hiss, a brief scuffle that looks vicious but is completely harmless. They break apart, stare at each other for 3 seconds. Then the black kitten goes right back to fishing for the pink egg, like nothing happened. The little sister has claimed the box as her fortress. She's sitting in the opening, one paw resting on the edge, surveying her kingdom. The white egg is next to her. She's not playing with it, just guarding it. Every time one of her brothers gets close, she pulls it deeper into the box. It's hers now. Possession is 9/10 of the law, even in kitten society. The sun has shifted. The warm spot where Mama Cat was grooming has moved to the floor near the bookshelf. She relocates, settling into the new patch of light, and closes her eyes. The kittens are still going. The black one finally retrieves the pink egg. The ginger one has discovered that if he runs fast enough, the blue egg will roll in front of him like he's playing soccer. The little sister remains in her box fortress, occasionally batting at her brothers when they pass too close. 4 plastic eggs, 3 kittens, 1 extremely patient mama cat. The Easter egg hunt is technically over, but nobody's keeping score anymore. The eggs are just part of the landscape now, scattered obstacles in an obstacle course nobody designed. The real victory wasn't finding them. It was everything that happened along the way. The climbs, the tumbles, the teamwork that wasn't really teamwork, the chaos that looked like disaster but was actually just play. And somewhere in all of it, 3 kittens learned something about persistence, problem solving, and the fact that shoes are always worth investigating. Whether they'll remember any of this tomorrow is doubtful. But that's the thing about kittens. Every day is a new adventure, every object is a new mystery, and every moment is exactly as important as it needs to be. The eggs sit scattered across the floor like colourful memories of a battle well fought. Mama Cat stretches in her sunbeam, watching her 3 tiny chaos agents finally start to slow down. The ginger kitten yawns mid-pounce. The black one's attacks on the pink egg are getting less enthusiastic. The little sister has curled up in her cardboard fortress, the white egg tucked under one paw like a trophy she'll defend to her last breath. This is what Easter looks like when you're 10 weeks old and the whole world is still brand new. Every egg is a conquest. Every box is a castle. Every moment is exactly perfect because you don't know enough yet to expect anything different.